Thank you all very much. I am Carl DiClementi, VP of Product at QuickNode. I've been working in the blockchain space since about 2017. Started my journey there at a company called Factum. Later was at BlockFi for a couple years, and for the last 6 months, I've been at QuickNode. I lead our product management, design, and DevRel organizations. So if you guys have any product feedback, want to collaborate on DevRel, or want to talk design, please come find me. So let's talk about what QuickNode is. Show of hands. Who knows who QuickNode is? Okay, out of that group, I would say a majority of them would define QuickNode as an RPC provider. Now, show of hands again. How many people here know what an RPC provider is? Okay. For those of you who do not, a RPC provider makes it so that you do not have to manage your own nodes or leverage public infrastructure that is likely not very performant or reliable. What we do is we take care of all of that for you. You create an account, and you simply get a URL. We'll handle all of the server maintenance, patching, load balancing, auto-scaling, etc. We operate at extreme scale across 15 different blockchains and over 40 data centers across the globe. Hundreds of billions of API responses pass through our infrastructure every month. So, like I said, we are probably well known as an RPC provider, but that is not all we do. Today we have a number of enhanced offerings that go beyond just the simple blockchain methods. Our goal is to provide all of the APIs and tools that you need to build in Web3. But we can't build it all ourselves. Last week at Messari's mainnet here in New York City, we announced a marketplace. Think about our marketplace as an Apple App Store for Web3 developers. It allows you to enable add-ons for your QuickNode account, providing things like additional API methods or access to third-party tools. Some examples being NFT minting with Crossmint, querying the blockchain with SQL, with Luabase, front-running protection, with Flashbots, and many more. We are constantly looking for partners there too, so if you're looking for greater distribution, we're here to work with you on that. Goal of Marketplace was twofold. One, get our customers more access to more products. The other is also being able to give our customers greater distribution to our 100,000 plus developers. Those developers include some massive brands. Our users include biggest players in Web 2 and Web 3, use cases across exchanges, marketplace, DeFi, wallets, analytics, etc. But we want to go further. So let's talk about how we onboard the next billion Web 3 users. No one here is surprised to hear that the Web 3 user experience is absolutely terrible. There's massive amounts of room for improvement here. It's as if Web 3 is still finding product market fit, sorting out all of the technical challenges that prevent user experience from being what it is in Web 2. Today, we'll be talking about one of the ways we can improve that user experience with real-time notifications. So, a common mantra in the crypto world, right, is banking the unbanked. If we really wanted to do that, we'd probably need to provide a better user experience than current banks. That's not a high bar. We all know banks today are some of the worst experiences you'll have in the digital world. But even they know it's critical that you can get real-time alerts about your account. Meanwhile, the so-called innovative crypto wallets can't even let you know when you receive a transfer onto your address. We even need to go further than that, right? We're competing with the multi-billion-dollar fintechs. Mint, for example, allows you to set budgets and be alerted if you exceed them. But portfolio apps can't simply let you know if you've passed any thresholds. Keeping users up to date in real time about especially financial activity is critical to a strong user experience. So here's some more examples of activity that users may be concerned with. Take a look, think about a few of them. If you're a developer, think about how you might implement these features. Give you a second. Okay, probably what you just came up with was something where you're going to have queues, retries, ton of infrastructure. You're going to be managing edge cases like block reorgs. Generally, let's simplify it and say that it would be really expensive and timely. Or you could leverage quick alerts. I'll tell you. So Quick Alerts allows developers to integrate real-time notifications into their apps using composable expressions. It's available in private beta now. We're actively accepting users to try it out. So let me show you now how it works. This is kind of the architecture, if you will. On the left-hand side, you'll see the blockchains we're supporting. The white ones are live today. The blue ones are going to be live soon. These blockchains, as you know, are generating new blocks, processing transactions, et cetera, et cetera. Quick Alerts has an evaluation layer that sits on top of it. Users write expressions that are evaluated in real time, and if that alert is triggered, then we'll generate notifications to the destination or destinations of your choice. So let's start by reviewing the expressions. Our composable expressions are extremely flexible. They support many operators and types. You get modifiers, comparators, arrays, and so much more. Let's see them in action with an example. Very simple example here. Let's say you wanted to be notified of a transfer to your address. What we were discussing earlier on a wallet. Easy. All you have to do is set your transaction to your address. Okay, it's probably also a good idea if you're notified of any outbound activity on your address to make sure nothing sketchy is going on. You'll see all we do is add an OR and the transaction to of the same address. Okay, still very simple. Here are just two of the properties, transaction to and transaction from, that we support. Let's take a look at what else you can trigger on. You can trigger on anything that is within a block, whether it be block headers, transactions, logs, state variables in a smart contract, whatever it may be. If it's on the blockchain, you can be notified of it. If you're having trouble picturing what some of these examples are, here's some data that is probably a little difficult to read with the lighting here, but some of the example fields that exist within a block. But you're not just constrained by leveraging just those fields. As you saw earlier, there's also modifiers. You can do math functions, so you're able to compose your own fields. One example is the total burnt fees within a block. That is not data that is available directly on chain. So how do we calculate it? Simple math. Burnt fees value, again, not something stored on chain, but you can calculate it with expressions. Simply base fee per gas times the gas that's used. So let's see that in a expression. Here we have an example. We'll walk you through that. This alert would trigger if there was a Uniswap transaction. This is the transaction 2. Or if there was, at least half an ETH burnt. So you'll see what we did is we set the Uniswap address as the transaction 2. We calculate the burnt fees and make sure that we divide by the number of decimals and set the threshold to be greater than 0.499. Okay, what else can we do? Well, we're at a Chainlink conference, right? Can we alert on data feeds? Yes, we can. Let me show you. So this one's a bit more complex. First, what we need to do is identify the aggregator contract for your desired data feed. In this case, we're going to use the Bitcoin price. We want to trigger something based on the Bitcoin price that Chainlink is publishing to chain. So we'll go to the Chainlink documentation, we'll get the proxy address, and then from that proxy address, what we'll have to do is call the aggregator function. We can do that through Etherscan by executing against that function, or if you want to hit the blockchain directly, you can use an ETH call method. There are several types of transactions that are sent to this contract, so we'll filter down to just those that are answer updated. To do that, we look at log topic 0. And if for the answer updated transaction, the price is available and published in log topic 1. So we'll take these values, set our threshold, and build the expression. I'm probably standing here in the way, but you'll see the transaction 2 being that aggregator function, aggregator contract. The transaction logs type 0, that is pointing to only the answer updated transaction. And the transaction logs type 1, we're saying, is greater than 20,000 multiplied by the number of decimals for the Bitcoin. So now that we have this live, we would be notified anytime a Chainlink data feed publishes that we've reached a Bitcoin price greater than 20,000. Cool. Get it? How do we get notified? Our current beta supports webhooks, but under development is actually a wide range of different destinations. We are looking at all different types of messaging tools, whether that be SMS, email, Slack, Discord, Telegram, Signal, whatever it might be, but also message queues, Kafka, SNS, SQS. Also, you might want to alert to your systems and your DevOps team through PagerDuty, etc. And we have many more under consideration. We're constantly talking to our customers, and we'd love to hear from those using it what may be useful for them. I hope these examples have sparked your imagination as to the different things you can do getting the really valuable data that is on-chain off into the real world. And we would love to hear from you. If you're interested in participating in the beta, you have any feedback, or you just want to say what's up, hit us up on Twitter @QuickNode. Thank you.